Jeffrey Dahmer, the Milwaukee Cannibal. Jeffrey Dahmer, also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal or the Milwaukee Monster, was one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. Born on May 21, 1960, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Dahmer's early life seemed relatively normal, but there were subtle signs of the darkness that would later emerge. He was a quiet child, often described as distant and withdrawn. His parents' turbulent marriage and eventual divorce had a profound impact on him, contributing to his sense of isolation. Dahmer's fascination with death and dismemberment began at a young age. He started by collecting dead animals, dissecting them, and storing their parts. This morbid curiosity escalated as he grew older. By the time he reached high school, Dahmer had developed a drinking problem, further alienating himself from his peers. In 1978, at the age of 18, Dahmer committed his first murder. He picked up a hitchhiker named Stephen Hicks, brought him to his family home, and after an evening of drinking, bludgeoned him with a dumbbell. He then dismembered the body and disposed of the remains. This act marked the beginning of a killing spree that would span over a decade. After high school, Dahmer enlisted in the Army, but was discharged due to his alcoholism. He then moved to Miami, Florida, before returning to Ohio and later Milwaukee. It was in Milwaukee that Dahmer's crimes escalated. He lured young men, often from marginalized communities, to his apartment with promises of money or companionship. Once there, he would drug them, perform gruesome experiments, and ultimately kill them. Dahmer's modus operandi involved not only murder, but also necrophilia and cannibalism. He preserved body parts as trophies and even attempted to create a zombie-like state in some of his victims by drilling holes in their skulls and injecting acid or boiling water into their brains. His apartment, upon discovery, contained a horrifying array of human remains, including skulls, bones, and photographs of dismembered bodies. Despite several encounters with law enforcement, Dahmer managed to evade capture for years. His arrest finally came on July 22, 1991, when Tracy Edwards, one of his intended victims, managed to escape and flag down two police officers. Edwards led the officers back to Dahmer's apartment, where they discovered the extent of his atrocities. Dahmer was charged with 17 murders, although he confessed to many more. His trial in 1992 garnered immense media attention. He pleaded guilty but insane to the charges, detailing his horrific acts with chilling detachment. The jury, however, found him sane, and he was sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms in prison. While incarcerated, Dahmer expressed remorse for his actions and became a born-again Christian. He was attacked twice by fellow inmates, surviving the first assault but succumbing to the second. On November 28, 1994, Dahmer was beaten to death by inmate Christopher Scarver at the Columbia Correctional Institution in Portage, Wisconsin. Jeffrey Dahmer's crimes left an indelible mark on American society, prompting discussions about mental health, the criminal justice system, and the vulnerabilities of marginalized communities. His story remains a chilling reminder of the capacity for human depravity and the importance of vigilance in preventing such tragedies.